Salut, salut, salut tout le monde. Hello, hello, how's it going? I hope you had a good day. Hope you're currently doing through a good day. I hope you're doing super fine. And welcome to today's episode. We're gonna try something. And normally, if I get everything right, today's theme will be much more chill. It will be less whack, but it will be still, will be a tad wholesome. But that's sad, but it's fine. Your boy, you will be fine. So, to those who are still here, hold on. Can I? Oui. Oui. There we go. There we go. I was wondering where that go. So today we're going to try out the theme candles on Stern's prompt list. I mean, that's the base idea. However, attention, that's not the only thing I did. Because I'm mad, I decided to mix two lists, and I decided to mix it with Kirsty's Faketober list. And along with that, we're gonna have to mix it with spikes. So, you might think, yeah, but it's gonna be weird. Don't you already have a candle on? You know, chandelier and all that? Oui. Mais on va pas faire. But we're not going to do that. No. No, that'll be too predictable. The boy already got enough love recently. Not for bad reason. Chandler got a mega, which is entirely deserved. So at least this guy wasn't part of the crash squad. As such, we're going to make a new mon out of it. Don't worry, it's not original form. Let's say we're gonna try to make some kind of candle hedgehog. A candle hedgehog, a chandelier like mon. It'll be fun to try out. Just a cute mono fire hedgehog, candle hedgehog. I'm gonna try something a little cute this time. Something a little cute, but also decent, but also a bit elegant in a sense. I think I got a candle right next to me. Voila. Yeah, I got a candle. I don't know if... Yes, I have an idea. Hold on, I got a better idea. Oh. It's going to be ice. It's going to be fire ice of all types. Don't worry, it'll make sense. Don't worry, it'll make sense in a bit. Some kind of HR candle guy. Hello, Homen Sesame. Hello, Homen Sesame. Hope you had a good day. And tonight we're going to make an hedgehog candle because the prompts are candles on Stern's list. And what was it? Oh yeah, spikes on the original Fakemon prompt. So we're going to give it a nice look to this guy. Try to make it a bit cute. A cute candle hedgehog guy with the spikes or the candles it makes. And it's going to be either mono fire or fire ice because I'll try to give it maybe that glassy, you know how candles are often encased in glasses, in parts of glass. Well, I'm gonna try something like that. Plus, I got a Christmas candle next to me, so it could be a fun, wholesome. It could be a wholesome time tall, like this. Fire will be an interesting type, a very rare one too. Yes, exactly. Wait, I need to check how many Pokemon are actually Fire Ice. I know there are some, but I don't think there aren't that much. I'll be looking today, so I may not be too active in chat. Fair. Fair, fair, fair. Do what you can. Don't force yourself if you don't wanna talk. Not gonna force anything. Only one? Gather and them Darmartian, but it's only in Zen mode. Yep. And funnily enough, in my Occitan region, there's actually one. There's actually a I got a Fire Ice Mon, which is my Dogomon. Man, I know Ghost Ice. No, not Ghost Ice. Fire Ice dogs based on that one breed of friends, one breed of dogs, along with the Saint Bernards. I created one of those. Molecular hedgehog. There. I think we got something cute over here. We got the design. I'm gonna polish it a bit so that it looks something better and not just hedgehog, glass hedgehog. Looks so cute. Okay. Loaf. Imagine this is if this is sneezes, it results in a huge explosion. Let's shoot! Yeah, you're cause of fire. Oops. Oops. But also, you kinda need to keep its flame alive too. Charmer in the logic. It looks sick with that flame around the bottom of it, or on the top of his nose, but it's actually not sick at all. Hey, the tiny pea feels like made me think of something. If you ever need a small boost, look up a jug in the X-ray. It's so cute. Oh, oh, hold on. Let me see how that goes. Uh, Hedgehogs. X-ray. X-ray scan. Let me see how that goes. Oh, oh wait, that's actually weird. Wow, wait. Oh, it's actually very weird. Oh, merde. Merde, that's actually very cursed. Merde, that's actually getting cursed. Oh no. I wanted to keep the whole idea of the on the cire wax. Oh yeah, that was I was looking for the term for cire. Okay, the wax. Okay, that's oh okay. That's actually very thin. It's going to be okay. They leg down. They leg down belly up. Hold on, let me try something real funny. What if we give it snail logic, where it actually looks like what's inside a snail, body-wise, not to do all organs and all, where there's actually it just coils into some kind of swirl like this. It's just weird, and you can give it and this could be fun like this a bit. I don't know if just as a way to look at it like that. It looks so weird. It's just a bottle of wax that happens to look like an hedgehog. And just to make sure it's going to be even weirder, it actually looks like this. Oh wait, oh no, even better. It just sprays its legs up and upside down like that. Because it's actually really weird. It could, you know what could be great? This guy got the that one 8th gen gimmick, the no ice mode, where if you were to mold them, you just flatten up to into a pool of wax. It just looks. Oh, but yeah, I love the idea of just making it just the whole no ice gimmick, giving it to this guy when he just flattens down. He's now a pool of wax. Poor guy. And he looks down and he glares at you with absolute disgust. As in, you shouldn't have done that. You absolute monster. What have you done? Okay, I'm gonna have to take it a specific way because of what you showed me, and also because of the whole what's inside the glass and all. So I'm gonna have to be very careful on that one. Okay, I'm gonna take the glass. Oh, we're gonna do the glass first. Hey, go play. Nothing too fancy, you didn't miss much. Basically, today's prompt are spikes and candles, and we decided to create an hedgehog candle, a fire ice Pokemon with the ice no ice gimmick from 8 Gen, where if you were to melt his ice protection, the guy just flattens it to a pool of wax. But we're not going to do the flattened form. We're doing the ice form. I like hedgehogs. Will the ice form be blue? No, it's. Think it more like actual. Think it more like a glass. Oh, bullet. You know, many candles are encased in bottles of ice, not ice, of glass. That's exactly what I mean. Think at this guy as if he looks more like one of those glass candles where there's the candle, the wax, and the match inside. And where if you were to break the candle, it would just melt. It would just melt and just. I hate hedgehog. This was. I go. I hate hedgehog. I got to make an announcement. Shadow is a bitch ass motherfucker. I don't remember the photo. Then I show my wife where suddenly Shadow said Shorty's cocky was this big. And I said, that's disgusting. That's disgusting. Oh. Ooh, that's some necromancy over here. What did I say about making necromancy here? I've got to make an announcement. What is necromancy? Alright, Tails. I miss her a lot. I'll be back. And with that, we turn it to Snapcule all over again. Ah putain. Bon. Body. I wish you could have a third Sonic show like the Amazing Digital Circus, but the Sun Gang Eggman. I forgot that exists. Oh yeah, so that technically exists. Knuckles in that series, the Sonic Boom series, is an absolute meme maker. There's very few memes out that show that isn't Knuckles. Like very few. Yeah, this is how it looks without the. This is how it looks without the glass protection. You just loaf. Approve. My favorite real Eggman quote is though, not just a race, but a special race to see who's fastest. If it wasn't for the fact it was Sonic, that quote could easily, but easily taken out of the context. And it taken it through territories it shouldn't have dabbled in the first place. Now we should quoting Sonic memes. The Love Boy. Speaking of which, at some point I wanted to make a little cool platform game about cleaning up a kid's room, like where the rooms my 7 players and Nintendo 64 type character. Ooh! Good luck with that! Good luck with that! It's not a bad idea per se, but good chance. Good luck how to make it interesting. Hold on, let me just. No, okay. I can. Okay, hold on. Okay, we're going to. Voila. It's going to be a tad weird. Because I'm trying to think how to spare myself from the burden of manually coloring all the line art without having to make it still. Thankfully, I already got a cool wax color over here, so that's already good. There, we got the wax over here. Gloss, and puff. We're going to make it screen mode. Hold on, we're going to make it normal, just for the sake of being able to be visible. Over here, over here. Hold on, I got an idea. Voilà, hold on. Allez, attention. Allez, hop là. Non. Hop là. Hop là. And normally, with the glass, done. C. Base. Glass. Screen mode. Okay, this is how it looks like when you put it in screen mode. Lighten. Done. Done. Let me just. Merde. Hold on, we could. Hold on, hop. Merde. There we go. Voila. Much better for starters. Oh yeah, practicing drawing humans on the Pokemon style. Could I draw a Sona? A bit different if in a different alter in the comic straight up. Oh, that's good. Hold on, let me just get some base reference for you to try it out. I'll say doing that ASAP in private because I know you're on the server now. No, where you at? Where you at? Oxita fan art. Voilà. Romaine, c'est Samy. Uploader une musique. No. This outfit looks good, which is my main outfit. But if you wanna try something even more better, I've got an alternate version of my Sona's main outfit. Hold on, let me get this right here. No. Enfin, ouais, où est-ce qu'il est, putain? Où est-ce qu'il est? Bordel. Ref, maybe? Hold on. Yeah, I got those. The second one I said the San Diego is way older, but you could try to make something out of this. Like this. Or even... Hold on, I got a third outfit which could work just fine. C'est pas dans Original Design, I think it was in Fakemon. Voilà. Où est-ce qu'il est ce putain de... Merde. Chier, où est-ce qu'il est? Chier. Hold on. Was it fan art? I think... Oh, I think it was in fan arts. Yeah. We actually made at some point... we also made at some point, I think, with a bunch of people from the... From Curious Chaos server, a bunch of Hunter Sonas. So you could fix on that. So that's super cool. There's even Crimson. The last drawing I'll be sending you out, the last drawing, is hold on, where is it? Oh yeah, I'm stupid. I just came back from there. Crimson, aka Curious Chaos, made also this drawing of Soul as Fakemon as Hunter characters. Out of all our design, so you could. The last one I sent out was done by Curious Chaos, but the 3 others I done by myself. Oh, thanks, Alright, I appreciate it. Yeah. There we go. We got everything you need. There we go. Now let's get back into our boy over here. Whatever this meatloaf is supposed to be. Hold on, I may have an idea. Which is to... Hold on. I get the glass out of the way. Voilà. And I could... Hold on. Voilà. Non. Voilà un absolute. Ah, mais quel teuteux. Voilà. Non. Create a mask. I'm trying to make a mask out of... Hold on. Where are I? Hold on. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Where is it? Okay, I was wondering what was the problem all along. And basically, we're gonna try to maybe give it the 40% over here. Just like this. So we can still see what's inside. There. Over here. There we go. So that we can make it happen. Voila! That's what I was looking for all this time. Because I was trying to make sure we could see on the inside without having it to be too detailed. Especially on the line art. Okay. I'm just going to make, what was it? The fire line art? Hold on. Where's the... The flame. Voilà. Voilà. Also, hydrate check, posture check, really wish you chip add-on redeem system. Ah. That'd be such a good idea. Merde. Ok. 1, 2, 3, 4. Voilà. Hop là. And normally, if I get this right, merde, gonna have to maybe give it 2. I'm gonna take it. Voilà. Hop. There we go. Look at this bad boy over here. Voila! Color lineup for the win. Let me see how that looks. Oh, that looks nice position wise. Question: would you like a specific seasonal call, like over theme or winter? Personally, I like fall more. If you catch my drift. When it comes to clothing style, I tend to dress my main sauna as something more related, more either fire or earth theme. So to an extent, I tend to dress myself when it comes to gym leader. If that's your plan, I don't know what's your actual plan. Probably in the heat, like some kind of fire trainer. That's why I sent you some of my other drawings along with the Hunter sauna. It gives you a rough idea of what I meant. But if you plan, I like a more summer, very heat, a bit of summer and fall to an extent, or even a mix of spring and summer, just like I sent you. If that even makes sense. Yes, you will do. Okay, let's go back to my boy over here. Let's go back to my boy. Oh, merde. Voilà. 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 You made it hard to choose my favorite Pokemon or yours. This guy is already way up there. Yeah, that's a dilemma over here. That's the absolute dilemma. You have plenty to choose from. I'm going to... Where's the... We're going to take this yellow. There we go. First, I'm gonna have to tweak up. Aha! 60%. Ah, yes. Oh, haha, 60%. Looks good. Mm-hmm. Okay, texture-wise, it's gonna be an absolute mess, though. It's gonna be an absolute mess. Okay, I think I'm going to stick it that way. Okay, I'm going to try out that like that. Hold on, for starter, I forgot to color it as incrustation, voila. Then this, that, but yeah, that's a bit hard, but don't worry, it'll work. I'm trying to mix it. Try to mix between the surface. Again, making glass-like material ain't easy. You got this. Oh, don't worry, it's not the glass material problem. It's more having to mix up textures in next time because I need to not forget and I have also wax in there, and so that I don't get to mix both texture. Because glass texture is very easy. Let me show you how I do my glasses. I usually take a specific brush I have from, hold on, what's the name? From Dave's. Dave's a huge pack of brushes, which I picked specifically in the rock section called Stencil Sponge Wet 7. And just by doing this, and I mean it, let me show you. Hold on, just, hop là. I already got a decent texture that could be attributed to ice. A bit fractured, it's not a bit of impure glass kind of deal situation. Bordel, pourquoi qu'est-ce que tu me... What an absolute... Ok, d'accord. That's weird. Like this, that's how I get my base texture. And then from there... I need to mix it out like that. Mix it a bit. Even the fire, I need to take a specific brush for that, which I usually take around I'm going to take it around here. What an absolute idiot. Voilà. Like that. Texture isn't the problem, to be honest. It's more the transition itself. Because there's really a lot going on in there. Very much. So I need to be careful on which one to pick from. Hopla. Well, I could do, hold on, now that I've discerned the rest isn't discerned a bit better, I can, hold on. Okay, I may have a better idea, hold on, I wonder if I can, bordel, no, that's not wanted. Okay, sélectionner, voila, much better, much better. Now that I isolated the color liner to the black, from the black and the head, it will be much easier to deal with, to make the difference between both. Incrustation. L1, voilà. Where it's set. Voilà. Voilà. Okay, we're going to first focus on the glass. It's not that hard. It's not that actually hard when you think about it. Oh yeah, right now I'm using a dark purple, a grayish purple, because that's my my way to go shadow color, because it's multi blends with everything. I don't, and thanks to that, I don't usually need to change color. I can just focus on the actual picture in there. And that's where the fun begins, as a wise man would say. Hold on, if I wanna see that. Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, layer wise. You just need to think about the rim light over here. And voila. See? Because we made it better, we can actually see the fruits of our efforts. We can see the boy is taking shape. Yeah, yeah, baby, that's what it's all about. Woo! Oh yeah, Omen Sesame, if you're still here, did you get to see my VOD about the Zephyr Prime Gopher Grigus in the meantime? Like you could see how I made the Zephyr Prime, and if you did it helped you in the long run? If you wanna try a second hand, just asking because I know that you were super pumped up to see how I proceeded. So I wanted to know if you've seen it and your feedback on the matter. I know you. Voilà. I had to hop off at some point on that stream, so I didn't see of it. But when I saw it near a little, all the VODs of this stream, yeah, you can still watch it on my channel. The available in the I think it's in the live section on my stream. You know, there's a section now on YouTube which gathers all your on your live streams. Yeah, that's where they at. So you can still watch them a bit, and also you can see me bicker a bit with one specific person a bit, unfortunately, because they didn't get the idea behind the Zephyr Prime. They didn't get the idea despite me telling them several times. It will be easily to spot because it's in French and the person in question doesn't speak English. It's kind of a bit sad, but they think I butchered their favorite mon with this. Unfortunately. But don't worry, it'll take more than that. Because at the end of the day, most people got what I went through. They understood that it was a Zephyr Prime form, and I'm glad to those who actually got the reference behind it. Because I don't expect everyone to know the reference, the to what was it? Midsommar. I did not expect it, everyone. But as long as everyone was like, oh, that's a really very out of the box Kof Rodriguez design, then I'm happy. I watch it fully sometimes and put it in. That's for the plus like the end result if that means anything. Oh yeah. That's why I said that's what I said that everyone else liked the design. It's just that this one person liked this one. They on the next day on the stream, which was yesterday, they said, "Oh yeah, you essentially butchered my favorite mon." Like, dude. And one thing I figured, you know what? Not everyone will like my stuff, and that's alright. Plus, I explain you several matter on why this is it and this is that, and that's it. But that's okay. That's okay. Or more. That's okay. That's okay. And if you wanna know some actual good news about the Zephyr Prime, I think there was a Lavaterant. I don't know which whoever whispered me the idea in the chat, but they tell me, yeah, what if you make some kind of a contest about the Zephyr Prime form as a last shot, as a true farewell to Oxita. And I figured, you know what? That's actually I'm actually interested. I'm interested. I'm interested by the proposition. So yeah, it won't not be yet because I still need to. Maybe probably if I get to do this idea, I like the idea. Maybe if I were to do this contest and the winners, I could try out. Maybe couple it with a new version of the new video about the new Oxita, the actual series, and you already got some of the main idea. Well, I could make an end roll announcement about how Oxita actually looks as some kind of additional gift along with that. Could be fun. Hold on, oops. Part I want to watch is how you did the glow around the line out. That's the part I didn't do Cimarroy first try. Who already joined the contest when I announced it. The glow around the line art is actually very easy. To break it down for you, you duplicate the line art, you color it in the same color as the reveal type, like let's say we're gonna take Dragonite again, and this Dragonite is a Dragonite Zephyr Prime form is Fairy type. thus, if that's fairy type, you're going to take the bright pink from the fairy type icon. So you color it that way. And then after that, you put a Gaussian blur onto it. Something that's both visible, and that's how you make a bit of that glow. However, one thing I like to try out is the whole, there's another, you need to also duplicate the Gaussian blur, the colored line art, so that you can put one above the main line art and another at the bottom. And then you try to tweak it, you pull it in add mode or color dodge, wherever you feel fits the design better. And then you can go, and then you can play with it. You play with the color modes and all that. And one thing you should try also, you know the light from the bottom, you managed to try out. Well, along with that, there's actually a simple gradient of the same color as the summon typing that you need to pull out. That's something you see on all the several months. And there's that subtle line art. Hold on. You know what? I'm going to show it to you, just so that I can. Hold on. Let me get this back. Let me get this back. I think it was day 22. Voila. See, going back to our post yesterday, I'm going to remove that and the circle, because what you need to know is that there's actually some kind of glow on the line art, just like this. There's some kind of glow that only encompasses the main mon. So you're gonna have to put a mask that encompasses the whole color and all that, which is usually around as a add shine. I think that's add, the one with the other, not there's a basic add, or there's another add. It's the latter you need to pick. Or you can just color dodge. Basically, something where you can discern there's actually a color from the same color, the typing, which complements very well with the circle and the glow. I did see it in your art, wasn't sure. Oh yeah, when it comes to the typing, you don't need to go that far. You only just download the icon typings, the type icons in any Pokemon games. I took the one from Sword and Shield in my case, but you can take from Scarlet and Violet, they'll work the same. And usually normally if I were to do the contest, I'll explain how to properly make a Zephyr Primon so that you can be picked. That's so you're more than fine. Merde. Voilà. Cool. I'm glad it's worked out very well. There we go. Now time to make the highlights. Hopla. 40%. Normally the highlights should be easier to do. I'm gonna try to make it 80 just so that I can see anything. Alright. It's more I can see so I can see anything. Oh, that looks so. Oh, that actually looks sublime on the fire. Hold on. Oops. That brush on the fire texture looks. Chef kiss. Like this. And that's just. Hold on. Let me see on the 40. Oh yeah, that actually looks dope with the effects and all. Now onto the glass. Oh dear Alex, do you use an ad layer? You can choose between ad layer or screen layer. Alors, funnily enough, I'm actually using overlay. Most of the time I tend to use overlay because I don't have to worry about much about the line art itself. Not the line art, the color, so I can just put a white in there. However, sometimes I must switch to normal so that you can see it better. But this usually happens when I have a red. This always happens with the red because even with an additional with overlay layer, red doesn't seem to show up as much as I like to. So to make sure, so to not waste any more time, I tend to switch to normal, and I tend to create a specific layer, or at least duplicate the actual light layer for the red, and switch that layer for the red as normal, so that you can see the colors, or even add, depending on the context. But most of the time, I don't have to, and this usually stays in. I create 2 layers of overlay layers, and same goes from the shadows. I create 2 layers of on multiplier layers. So basically, what you think on the usual layer, you got the flat colors, some of the lineless motif, then the texture layer, which is an overlay where you can put the textured brush, the one with actual effects you see on others. Then 2 layers of shadows, depending, there's the main shadow is the ambient shadow, and then 2 layers of highlights, which are in overlay. At least that's how I proceed. Swing, got this main idea, voila. I tend to go with ad layer with more metallic metals and then screens for others, but I should experiment some more. Add for metallics, screens for the rest. That's new. I should try that at some point, even if that's not related to Fakemon content. Don't know. You know what? Oh, I should remove that. Yeah, look at this. When you can see the translucent part of it, it looks so dope. You can see the translucent transparency in there. That's some. Then again, it's a basic of all glass materials. It's not transparent, but it's not entirely invisible either. Chef case looks great. Yeah. Plus, with the loaf in the background, we can see the loaf a bit better. The wax loaf. Le loaf. Hold on. Done. Maybe I might need to pump. There we go. We're gonna pump the layer, the highlights, because I usually keep my line art. Oh no, not line art. What am I stupid? My highlight layers is usually set up as 40% opacity, like 40, whereas the shadow ones is at 50. But sometimes, depending of context or depending, I can crank up the parameter a bit, just like this one. I crank up the second highlight layers to 60, so we can see the reflection better. That. Plus, the second layers of highlight is usually less pronounced, so you gotta make sure they don't fumble. You don't fumble on that one. Especially when you crank up the line this much. I gotta tell you this, I know it's weird what you draw, but the way I draw Figment art, I do the shadow layers on a flat white base, then do the colors with a multiple layer. Oh, that's new. Okay, shadow layer of flat white. Okay. And do the colors on multiple layers. The shadow layer, do you use the white and then you put the colors like some kind of a gray or dark purple on it, and then you put the colors above in a multiply slash overlay? How does that work exactly? Because I can't see the reasoning behind it, because there's a similar thing you can do with overlay, but multiply is not, that's not something I hear every day. That's very curious. I gotta admit. Yeah, there's no reason. I just do it for some reason. Ah. Mhm. Oh yeah, d'accord. Okay, that makes a little sense. Oh, you don't need to excuse yourself, and we all have manners to make it work. As long as it works out. There we go. And now for the glass, I'm going to switch the line to blue, just to see how that goes. Hop là. There. There we go. Hold on. Wait, no. That's actually... I'm gonna take this blue instead. There we go. Because where's the she girl or boy done now? With the colors and all. We got every... Doesn't it look like it? Okay, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna switch the layers to black. Okay. And... Hold on. Oula. Oula, ouais. Oula, ouais. Okay, no. Okay, we're gonna take... We're gonna take dark blue instead. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're gonna try dark blue from that one. Dark blue looks better. But other than that, the moon looks nice. It's just wax egg jog in a glass bottle, shaped like an egg jog. It looks weird, but cute. It's just the ice and noise version. So, okay, we're gonna try the shiny now. Shiny, shiny, shiny. And the shiny. Okay, we're going to put. Okay, we're going to, before we do anything about the shadow I like, let's get back into the basics. And we're going to... Yeah, we're going to give it this color, a purplish white. Then... maybe orange tinted, something more orange tinted, like this. Then the glass should be maybe more 30. Yeah, we're going to do 30. Same goes for the glass. Hold on, I got an idea for the glass. 30. Voila. Up. Then same. Hold on, no, I can't. I still need to... I mean, we could keep the flame as such, but at the same time, I don't like keeping the flame. You know what? Purple should be good. Purple. There we go. What? Purple flame. purple. And done. I got an idea. Voilà. Then, paf. Et paf. Ça fait des chocs à pic. Then we bring it back. The line art. Hop là. Pixelisez-moi ça. It's more monochrome. It just looks a bit albino with that colors over here. Plus we're going to up. Okay, hold on, up. We're going to give it back the purple lights. There we go. Much better. It looks a bit more gloomy, but I think he's fine. Purple. He's purple now. Purple. Our poor albino boy. So yeah, we're done for today. We made this boy right here. This funny fella made out of the prompt spikes and candle. So as usual, we're going to do the usual. Oui. Okay, I was wondering where it would come up. So we're going to make the end stream recap as usual. That's the main ritual at this point. It's part of the ritual, otherwise it's not. So essentially, we made this. We're essentially almost there. Tomorrow is going to be hanged, as in the Eggman. And not Eggman, the Hangman. But that's on the Spooktober prompt. But because I missed it, I mixed it with the original Faketober prompt. It's going to be something mysterious. I mean, the Hangman is usually a mysterious figure, so it's gonna be one of those pranks. Thanks for the art tips. Thanks for the stream too. Yeah, and I think it's gonna be one of those prompts where just a Hangman, because they're just mysterious by default. My bad. So I think we're done. We're done with this guy. Thank you for sticking up until this point. I hope you like what you saw. Hope you like this boy right here. This boy made of wax. The wax egg jug. He just looks stupid. He looks fun. He looks nice. He's small. He will be small. He's wholesome, but careful about the nose. Fada. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao ciao tout le monde. Bonne nuit. Mouah.